This part begins, and Ning Tian says, "Do you think I have the capability to tamper with a great emperor's relic?" And the divine ruler says, "Humph, everyone knows you've already mastered the supreme primordial palm. How do you explain this wordless heavenly book?" So Ning Tian says, "It was already like this when I obtained it. How about we make a bet?" And when the divine ruler hears about the bet, he gets a little surprised. Then Ning Tian tells him, "If your kingdom's disciples can figure out even a hint of the supreme primordial palm's cultivation method within 3 days, I will return everything I obtained from the supreme secret realm." And the divine ruler says, "Are you serious?" And Ning Tian says, "Of course. But if your kingdom's disciples fail to comprehend it within 3 days, then let me teach one of them how to learn it." And the divine ruler says, "Would you be so kind as to teach our people?" And Ning Tian says, "Of course, it won't be free. 100 billion spirit coins and 3,000 crystal essence stones as the tuition fee should suffice." And after listening to Ning Tian, some disciples say, 100 billion? Why don't you just make an outrageous demand while you're at it? And the divine ruler says, "We're currently at war with the barbarians, and the national treasury can't be squandered so casually." And Ning Tian says, "It seems like there's difficulties. Alright, then 50 billion spirit coins and 5,000 crystal essence stones, how about that? Quite sincere, wouldn't you say?" And the divine ruler says, "As expected from the legendary patriarch of the heavenly demon sect, whose fame has been rising recently. A wager? I accept it." So Ning Tian says, "In that case, 3 days later, let's wait and see. I hope the ruler won't go back on his word." And the divine ruler's son says, "Father, this guy 15 is really scheming. Could he be trying to set us up?" So the divine ruler says, "No matter. I refuse to believe that in such a vast supreme divine kingdom, we won't find a single disciple who can comprehend heaven-tier material within 3 days." Then Ning Tian comes to another place. And Yueling says to Ning Tian, "If they really manage to comprehend it, are you truly willing to return all the treasures?" So Ning Tian says, "The supreme primordial palm is derived from the wordless heavenly book. Without any written guidance, entering its practice relies entirely on one word, which is enlightenment. To be able to get enlightenment within 3 days is like ascending to heaven." And Yueling says, "Fellow Taoist Ning Tian, no, I should call you Patriarch now." And Queen Mother says, "Patriarch, while Luo Wuching is away, have you fallen for a few more young girls?" Yueling hears this and she gets nervous. Ning Tian also gets nervous and he says to the Queen Mother, "Wicked woman, if you keep talking nonsense, believe it or not, I'll give you a proper lesson." And Queen Mother says, "Come on, show me how you'll properly teach me a lesson." And Queen Mother starts leaving from there. And Ning Tian says, all right, I'm a decent person. Just go already." And the Queen Mother says, Hee, a decent person? Hurry up and finish. I'll be waiting for you at the inn." Then Yueling says, "I didn't expect the Patriarch to have such a close relationship with the Queen Mother of the West." And Ning Tian says, "It's nothing like that. This woman just likes to tease me all the time." And Qinyan says, "I didn't expect your ugliness to be a disguise. You're actually quite handsome." So Ning Tian says, "What's wrong? Don't tell me you've fallen for this face of mine? When traveling outside, one must always keep a low profile." And Qinyan says, "Bah, I, this lady, have simply gotten used to your ugliness, and am not yet accustomed to your handsomeness." And Yueling gives Ning Tian a box, and she says to Ning Tian, "Here's the Thunderheart fruit I promise you. But Patriarch, be careful. The Thunderheart fruit contains intense lightning energy, and must be stored in a box made of ancient insulating wood to prevent harm." Then Ning Tian takes the box and a Thunderheart fruit comes out of the box, seeing which Ning Tian is surprised, but there is a smile on his face, and he says, "A mere trace of lightning energy, nothing worth mentioning." And a dragon comes out from inside Ning Tian and eats the Thunderheart fruit. And Qinyan says, "Patriarch, what is this adorable little creature?" So Ning Tian says, "It's nothing, just the way of divine thunder." And Qinyan gets surprised and she says, "Heavenly thunder resonance, and yet you speak of it so lightly." And Ning Tian thinks, "Now that I have the Thunderheart fruit, I only need one more ingredient." Then Ning Tian says, "Thank you all. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave. And Yueling says, so, Patriarch, back then, you really stepped onto the 9th level of the Wind and Thunder 9 steps, didn't you? And Ning Tian says, whether I did or not isn't that important anymore. And Ning Tian starts to leave, then Qinyan says, I'll be waiting for you in the Supreme Realm. I'll treat you to all the delicacies of the mountains and seas. So Ning Tian says, we'll see. If fate allows, we'll meet again. After some time Ning Tian reaches near his room, and when he opens the door and goes inside he gets surprised. Because Queen Mother is in his room, and Queen Mother says to Ning Tian in a very loving manner, how about we play something a little different? But Ning Tian gets a little disappointed on seeing Queen Mother. But Queen Mother comes close to Ning Tian and says to him, tell me, why did you blackmail the Supreme Divine Kingdom? But Ning Tian is unable to say anything to her. And Queen Mother comes even closer to Ning Tian, due to which Ning Tian gets a little shocked. But Ning Tian twists Queen Mother's hand and says to her, Queen Mother, it seems the last lesson wasn't enough for you. Which shocks Queen Mother, and she says to Ning Tian, you brat. Let me go. And Ning Tian hits Queen Mother's butt and Queen Mother feels pain. And she gets ready to attack Ning Tian, and pushes him away. And Ning Tian thinks, oh no, could it be? Did she get mad because I slapped her but twice? Tao, she isn't here today. If she loses her temper, no one will help me out. And Queen Mother thinks, damn it. Getting hit twice by this brat, and now I'm feeling this strange. Then Ning Tian says, if you want to know why I bet against the Supreme Lord, just ask directly. Why test me like this? And Queen Mother says, alright, then tell me, why blackmail them for 5 billion spirit coins? You've got some nerves asking for that much. And Ning Tian says, do you think 5 billion is a lot for someone like me? Don't act like I don't know, you're just as much of a rich woman as my wife. And Queen Mother says, for me, 5 billion spirit coins isn't much, but 5,000 crystal spirit stones? That's a different story. Crystal spirit stones, infused with abundant spiritual energy, are incredibly rare. Their value far exceeds that of spirit coins. Then, why do you need so many crystal stones? What are you planning? And Ning Tian says, I think the heavenly demon sect could form an alliance with the Yaoqi sanctuary. Then, we could establish a small teleportation pillar between them. And Queen Mother says, teleportation pillar? And Ning Tian says, it's said that large teleportation pillars can cross continents in the heavenly spirit realm, but their energy consumption is massive. No one can usually afford to activate them, so they just sit there collecting dust. But small teleportation pillars are more practical. They can cover the distance of a single province. Currently, the Yaoqi Sanctuary and the Heavenly Demon Sect have a good relationship. If we can build such a pillar, it'll make mutual aid more convenient in the future. And Queen Mother starts thinking, throughout history, it's not uncommon for two forces to cooperate or form alliances. But creating a teleportation pillar is akin to handing your back to the other. If their interests align, it's fine. But if there's betrayal, the teleportation pillar could become a dagger in the back. Furthermore, the Yaoqi Sanctuary has always remained hidden from the world, avoiding mundane affairs. Still, this is an invitation from the founder, and I don't want to reject it outright. And Ning Tian says it's fine. I'm just suggesting it. If it doesn't work, I won't insist. And Queen Mother says matters like this require collective consideration. I'll consult with everyone back at the sect and give you a reply. And Ning Tian says okay. When the Yaoqi makes a decision, just notify the Heavenly Demon Sect. And as soon as Ning Tian says this, there is silence, the atmosphere grows tense. Then Ning Tian holds Queen Mother's hand and starts taking her out of the room, and Ning Tian rapidly starts taking her with him. And Queen Mother says, we've finished our discussion. I need to cultivate now. Queen Mother of the West, please leave. And Ning Tian thinks, this seductive fox spirit physique. If this keeps happening, I might not be able to handle it. And Ning Tian closes the door on Queen Mother's face. And the Queen Mother says, good job, Ning Tian. One day, I'll make you kneel before me. 3 days later, there are many people gathered inside the hall, and the Divine Ruler is saying, to think that in my mighty supreme divine kingdom, There's not a single person who can comprehend this worthless heavenly book. You've all disappointed me. And Yueling says, Father, calm down. Although I've managed to sense a faint trace of its aura, I can't find the method to comprehend it. And Howren says, damn it. How did that so-called founder manage it? And then Ning Tian comes there, and he says, so, how is it, Your Majesty? Has anyone in your kingdom comprehended it? And the divine ruler says, Founder, you've won. What you asked for is inside this storage ring. And the divine ruler gives the storage ring to Ning Tian, and takes the storage ring. Ning Tian says, as expected of the ruler. You keep your promises. Now, it's time for me to fulfill my part of the deal. Who should I teach it to? And some disciples say, me. Choose me. Founder, I've admired you for a long time. Choose me. Founder, if you choose me, I'll offer incense for you every day. Then Ning Tian points towards someone, and we see that Ning Tian has pointed towards Queen Mother, and seeing this all the disciples get surprised. And Howren shouts and says, wait. Lunar Princess, you're the one who brought him into the Supreme Secret Realm, right? Don't tell me you two were in on this together? And Yueling says, Qin Howren, when I brought the founder into the Supreme Secret Realm, I didn't know his true identity. Besides, you didn't recognize him in the secret realm either. And Howren says, humph. Who knows what really happened? And Ning Tian says, the Lunar Princess ranks in the top 3 among the princes and princesses in terms of talent. She's an excellent candidate. If I don't choose you, should I choose you, the Crown Prince who's always targeting me? Lunar Princess, are you ready? And Queen Mother is ready. And Ning Tian thinks, activate your talent. Begin your training. And the system says, talent activation initiated. Training in progress. And in no time, Queen Mother learns Yueling's Supreme Palm is a heaven-tier technique. And while leaving from there, Ning Tian says, done? She'll comprehend the Supreme Palm in no time. I'll be off now. And Howren is surprised to know this, and he says, wait. The Supreme Palm is a heaven-tier technique. How could anyone master it so quickly? And the divine ruler says, wait, you're not trying to run away, are you? What if the Lunar Princess doesn't succeed? Then that means you're not qualified. But since I'm teaching her, she's guaranteed to comprehend it. And on hearing this, Howren gets angry, but the divine ruler makes him quiet. And we see that Yueling has completely learnt that the Supreme Palm is a heaven-tier technique. And with this part ends. If you want to watch its next part, then please like and subscribe to my channel.